Hi, this is Pat Moorhead, and we are live in Las Vegas at AWS reInvent 2022 in the IBM suite, having a good time. Daniel, this event has been amazing, and it's just great to see the, I like to call it the maturation of the cloud. And you know, sometimes I like to repeat myself, but I think it's important to reflect back and look at the cloud's only 15 years old here, and you know, the partnerships that are required to pull it off, the technology, hybrid, multi-cloud, all these great things is really making it interesting.
You know, you're a little older than me, so I guess it all depends as a percentage of our lifespan. The cloud has been around pretty much since I got out of high school. So, you know, we're in different stages of our lives, but in all serious, every time we get to AWS reInvent, you always get a really good sense of sort of what the appetite is for cloud and kind of this shifting demand. We've seen hybrid at scale, we've seen AI picking up in a big way. We're seeing sustainability being talked about and hopefully being measured. And these are some of the big focus areas I've noticed here at this year's event. But
hey, let's talk about another focus area, and that's consulting. And that's a great intro for our guests here, Mahmoud and Atul. Great to see you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
First time 6'5" guest. This is wonderful.
It's exciting to be here.
Yeah, maybe the first place start, maybe introduce yourself. Maybe talk about what you do, Mahmoud. Let's start with you.
Yeah, so I'm Mahmoud Elmashni, and I can assure you that I've been out of high school a lot longer than the cloud's been around, so let's get that out of the way. So,
good to be young.
Yeah, right. I run our AWS business for IBM Consulting, and really took on this role middle of last year, so second big reInvent show in terms of us being here in a big way.
Welcome.
That's great. Atul, how about you? I hear, you know, we talked in the green room, they're really working you, but you're the customer, right?
That's not true. It doesn't feel like that way. I manage ERP platforms and application at Johnson & Johnson.
Perfect.
And as you know, Johnson & Johnson is one of the leading healthcare company. It operates in pharmaceutical, medical devices, and consumer divisions, and ships products in 175 countries. So you can well imagine what kind of supply chain we might be operating. So just to let you know the scale, the service which I manage spans across 4,000 plus servers, 20,000 plus changes which we perform every year, and 10,000 plus integrations, and 95,000 jobs which we run every day to deliver products to our patients.
Kind of makes our jobs look easy, sound easy, right?
Our jobs are fun. Well, let's try not if they're having fun, but
Yeah.
but in serious, that I always love when the customers come on, because we talk to vendors a lot, because that's our work as analysts. We tend to talk to the tech industry. Customers are such terrific proof points for how complex this really is, and they can always provide
reality
kind
check.
of that ground truth of the
Right.
analyst talking to the tech about what we can do, and then the customer comes on and says, well, this is what it actually looks like. And so that's great. We're going to get to you, Atul, in just a minute. Mahmoud, I want to start with you. Being on the on the ground, leading this business with AWS, talk a little bit through your lens about this IBM AWS partnership and how it's progressing.
Yeah, so we really we embarked on it in 2017, and I would say we kicked it into gear in 2020 when our CEO, Arvind Krishna, took over, right? And that's when he said, we're going to lay out, go at this, meet our clients where they are, and really anoint 10 strategic partners to launch into with, and one of them was AWS. So that meant investment in the millions in terms of capability, in terms of, clients, meeting, making them lighthouse accounts, et cetera. So now, fast forward a little bit, last year we were named the Rising Star Partner of the Year here at reInvent for the Americas. This year we actually picked up another couple awards last night. The Global Innovator Award was awarded to IBM, also the GSI Partner of the Year in Latin America, one of the fastest growing regions globally. And now we're over 15,000 certified individuals. We've got 14 competencies. So we've really established that question of the capability up front, right? Can IBM work with AWS? We're one of the fastest growing GSIs for AWS, and in turn AWS will tell you that we're one of the fastest growing SIs for them.
That's really exciting, and it just goes to show how much can change so quickly.
Yeah.
And Daniel and I, we just stand back and kind of in awe at how much change, how quickly has transpired inside of IBM. So a lot of announcements this week from IBM here at reInvent. We saw software, and IBM Consulting had some announcements as well. And I'm sure you love all your children the same, but what was the biggest announcement? And maybe talk about how in the end, how it benefits clients.
So one of the biggest announcements for us from an IBM Consulting perspective is our platform services capability on AWS that we're launching here, right? And Atul and J&J was nice enough to almost be our guinea pigs, pilots, to work it out there for us, right? Because it's a major proof point. You want to make sure it works at a client. And in a nutshell, this journey to the cloud, as you guys were talking about up front, it's not a drive to the neighborhood grocery store, right? It takes years, the complexity, hybrid cloud environments, on-prem, in the cloud, et cetera. So there's a lot of nuances that come with that, right? Applications being the backbone of any digital business, so you need to make sure you monitor that. So we brought together a platform made up of AWS services, IBM Consulting assets, IBM software, AI-based, leverages a database of over 1,000 implementations to kind of take care of some of the alert fatigue, take care of proactively identifying problems on the system, et cetera, so that this way people can actually focus on that journey to the cloud and not just getting tagged every time there might be every little situation that needs to get addressed. And it really goes a long way to avoiding downtime for our clients, which is the biggest thing in this journey. They all want to do the journey, they all want to do it faster, but everybody reminds us, I can't afford the downtime, right? Which is understandable.
So this gives us an opportune moment to kind of turn to Atul. I mean, so the IBM platform services on AWS, I think he said you're the guinea pig. So I think that's what Mahmoud said. So talk a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about why you opted to take that early, that beta, alpha, and kind of how that you're seeing that become a bigger opportunity for Johnson & Johnson.
So my job, like I said, we do so many changes. It's a complex technology stack which we manage, right? And generally, I try to break it into three parts: core infrastructure, platform, and applications. All right, and observability in each one of these areas is the key point, and the right information at the right time to be available, especially to our L1 and L2 team, is very important. Because if they don't have the right insight, they will be making wrong decision in process, making human errors, and ultimately our customers will be impacted. So what we did with IBM, we already have them as a strategic partner in application management business. We started looking at the problem which we were facing and started designing, actually did a lot of POCs, and one of them we just put it in production, the version 1 of that, which is called Moorhead, which is actually correlating all the events at these technology stacks so that our L1, L2 teams have right information at the right time and can make the right decision, so that we are not having so many disruptions and outages and customers are not impacted.
Yeah, observability is really, in the analyst, it keeps us really busy. We've seen this fractalization of not only the infrastructure, but a fractalization of even applications. Applications used to be very monolithic, stovepipe, but now you might be hitting 4, 5, 6 APIs at the same time, and they all have to be orchestrated together. There's just a lot more that can go wrong now. So, question for you, you talked a little bit about the benefits, but can you extrapolate a little bit more? What are the benefits that this solution is bringing to you?
So I actually joke with my team, whenever I try to ask for the data, like what is actually impacting us,
right?
And it actually it takes almost a month to correlate the data and actually make sense out of it, even to devise a service improvement plan. Just imagine if that is available to you right at the click of the button.
Yeah.
Your root cause analysis capabilities goes to a totally different level. So your chances of committing errors also go down substantially, and we are seeing the impact of that. Our outages are actually going down. So as we mature with these capabilities we have built, I think the opportunities are endless.
Yeah, it's a great example of the power of observability.
Yeah.
You and I have talked a lot about it on our show. we've been really following closely across the landscape and watching IBM among several other companies have really entered in a big way into the observability space. And you're seeing like, hey, we got all this data, all these applications, this environment, we've got to make sure it's all being managed, run, and then of course you want to layer in AI, automate as many things as possible. Your infrastructure is just massive at Atul, and I mean, you know, you're a great example of the real challenge that companies have. And so, by the way, thanks for giving us that background. Mahmoud, I want to pivot back to you to kind of give us one last thing. Since we're here at reInvent, the IBM AWS partnership is clearly moving in the right direction, but can you glean any look into the future? Kind of where is this going to head? What kind of advancements? What's next?
Yeah, I mean, we actually just wrapped up an exercise on a joint 3-year plan together going forward. So how are we going to continue this rocket growth through 2025, right? And now that we got our base capabilities, if you will, out of the way and established that in the marketplace, we're really looking at bringing forward those industry-specific offerings with AWS. If you ask AWS, they'll tell you, why do you look to a GSI? We look to a GSI to bring us industry expertise, right? From our perspective, we go to market by industry, so it's perfect. As we're looking to scale, it's going to be both in terms of personnel as well as asset-based capabilities. So focusing on bringing solutions to healthcare, life sciences, financial services, manufacturing, travel and hospitality. So that's where we're really going to be focused on over the next couple of years, and hopefully we'll have more announcements throughout next year and even again here at reInvent next year.
Yeah, it's interesting. Us analysts sometimes want to, look at everything in horizontal, but in the end, there's no business out there that's horizontal. And they want vertical solutions, and I do understand the economies of scale that you get from having horizontal solutions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apply to vertical solutions, but in the end, that's really where they want their help. I just want to end, thank you both for coming on the show, Mahmoud and Atul. Congratulations on the awards you won. I almost ran into them on the way in here. I was aware of them, but that's great. And I know, you just want to keep pushing the puck forward. And I'm really impressed at the speed at which the company has changed. It's good to see the rewards that the market is providing you and just focusing on those clients. Atul, thanks for keeping all of us honest.
Yeah,
okay?
thank you.
IBM, industry analysts, and just rolling your sleeves up and making it happen. I'll tell you what, you have a role in shaping this industry. You're not just a statistic and a revenue number. You help shape the direction that these trillion-dollar market cap companies, I think it's 50 trillion if I look across all of them, and where they put their investments in at the end of the day, and how they help, how you help them help you. So thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Well,
having me.
that's the whole process of the cloud, growing up from being a teenager to an adult. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks so much for tuning into the 6.5 here in the IBM suite at AWS reInvent 2022. For Patrick, for myself, for our awesome guests, tune into all those other episodes, hit the subscribe button, but we're saying goodbye. We'll see you later.